And there we go. It took a little bit this time, but welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the most must-see NFL, AVI NFL football, fantasy football ramble that happens during at 4:43 now on a Tuesday. We're doing later and later on a Tuesday, but we're here because we're dedicated to just continue shit talking to everybody, and also take whatever lumps we get throughout the week. So. But I am your hostess with the mostest, Mr. Garrett M. La Laguna. The M stands for Mancy.
Oh, you did think of something, huh?
And my co-host with the mostest, Mr. Tony S. Burgess.
I don't know what that stands for.
Scott.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know. S's. I say this every week. I don't have anything for S's.
Yeah, I just come up with something random. This time I was watching Archer, so M for Mancy.
How about S Superman? Tony Superman Burgess. I like that.
Yeah, considering you pulled out the win this week by 4 points, but we'll get to that here in a little bit.
We will.
But yeah, we're here. We're going to talk about the first game this week that, really comes up that, nobody really cares about, at least on this end. Josh versus Cody, two of the far away guys that, might watch. I don't know. If you guys do, like, share, subscribe, do that whole thing.
Right. Yeah.
Wherever that is,
Yep.
I don't care. Just do it somewhere. But Josh versus Cody, CDs, TDs versus Kittles and Bits, and Josh remains at 0-3, just like we both predicted this week. Not for lack of effort, though, is 126 to 160. So,
Yeah, no, it was
the biggest difference of the week.
Yeah, no, he gave it a valiant effort.
Yep.
That's yeah, there you go. So,
but I mean, Deshaun Watson going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers wasn't going to be a great matchup. Chubb got him a lot of points. Cooper Kupp got him a lot of points, but the rest of his team did not do terribly much. I guess Myles Gaskin got him 18 points, but
the Washington football team gave him 1 point.
1 point on defense. I can't talk shit because my team got me 2. So
there you go.
Yeah, I can't really talk shit. But no, man, on CD's and Cody's side, Josh Allen is absolutely killing it this year.
Yeah.
Looking spectacular. Got 34 points this week. At least on mine, it says he's ranked number 2. But you might show something different. I don't really care.
No, says number 2.
Austin Eckler, yeah, because Patrick Mahomes is probably number 1 now after a 50 goddamn point week.
Yeah.
Austin Eckler got him 33 points. Tyreek Hill got him 21 points. Yeah, he had a lot of teens the rest of the way down. His only real dud for the week was DJ Moore at 8.5 points. Yeah. I don't count defenses because defenses, if they put in double digits, it's, hey, awesome. But if they put in single digits, that makes sense.
I view defense as being more like just bonus points, just
exactly.
Here's a couple extra points for you, but it's so hard to predict what will happen with defenses.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Dude should have absolutely played Darrell Henderson, though, much to my chagrin. Because, Henderson got 23 points for that Rams offensive unit, whereas my running back, Malcolm Brown, only got me like 3 points. So, hell with you, sir. Or trade him to me, Hey, what's up, Cody? How you doing, man? But yeah, end of the day, Cody is still in 7th place. Josh is dead last right now in 12th place.
Well, there's nowhere to go but up.
I guess so. In our next game of the week, we're talking about Ossinipa Creek versus AVI Fantasy, Jamie versus Anthony. Jamie got his first win. Hey, bravo, sir. Good job. Captain Auto Draft actually got a win this week. But to be fair, everybody could have beat Anthony this week. He did not put up spectacular numbers. He does not have a good-looking team right now. But, I mean, it can be. Lamar Jackson putting up 15 points. That's freaking ridiculous, man. That should not have happened. Mark Ingram, yeah, 4 points. He's never really been that great. You have a nice high ceiling with him, but your floor is super low with him. If he does not get going, then you're screwed. And this week, looking over at who he was up against, essentially, Todd Gurley, he got his ass kicked.
Has he done much this year, Gurley? Oh,
Gurley?
he has 18. He has 18 points this week. Okay.
Yeah, no, Gurley has been consistent. He's been getting in that low teens.
Yeah, he has.
16 points, I guess 10 points 2 weeks ago, and then 18 points last week. 27th ranked. Not terrible for somebody who was 3 years removed from being the number one guy.
Mm-hmm.
But Mike Davis was a great fill-in for Anthony.
Definitely.
25 points. I did not expect that from Davis. In fact, I want to say Anthony went in because nobody picked up Davis in waivers. He just went in and picked him up on Wednesday after everything was said and done. Yeah, best player of the week, got him 25 points. Adam Thielen dropped a stinker. Odell Beckham dropped a stinker. Well, Ali Cox was really good for you. He got 14 points as a tight end. Hey, but because your team is made up of all Ravens and because they just got shut the hell down yesterday, Malcolm Brown got 3.3, Mark Ingram got 4.4, and then Lamar Jackson got 15,
Yeah.
That's a third of your team culminating in only 25 points less than 22 points. So not a great week for him. Not that Jamie did anything that's like super unbeatable or anything. I think most of everybody else would have beaten Jamie this week.
Yeah, just the way it goes sometimes,
Yeah.
That's the way she goes.
Yep. Definitely hurts him not having Michael Thomas in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you look at all of his bench and everything. It's like Michael Thomas isn't playing. Tariq Cohen is now on IR, blew out his knee. I think another torn ACL. AJ Brown did not play. Damian Harris is on IR right now for at least another week or so.
Yeah.
So that's why we have that. And I took your advice. I found it. I found injured reserve, and I added 2 slots to everybody.
Goodness. I really appreciate that. So I added immediately right when you did it, I put Deebo Samuel right there and picked up Sammy Watkins actually.
Yep. Now I have found that it does not work for people that are just out for the week or anything like that. You literally have to be on IR.
Yeah. Which again, it's better to have it than not.
Yeah.
It helps in case you do have players on IR and you don't want to drop them, and you know they'll be back at some point.
Yeah, especially for this year with the 3-week IR.
Yeah.
Might
exactly.
as well utilize it.
Yep.
So. But yeah, end of the day, again, Jamie got his first win, moves him up to 9th place, and AVI Fantasy and Anthony got a loss, moving him to now tied with Jamie and in 10th place. So Jamie is now in 9th and Anthony is in 10th. Good times.
Good times.
In our third game of the week, we're talking about Laura and the Mad Morkies and Dave and Colorado Beer. The new number 1 team because he remains undefeated as per usual. I'm just getting so sick and tired of always saying this about Dave.
Dave is a professional at fantasy football. I mean, he is. He's really good. He knows what he's doing.
Absolutely. I mean, Patrick Mahomes got him 43 points this week. Jonathan Thomas, got him 15 points. The Lion King going out there and killing it for everybody. Yeah. Son of the Tool Man. CEH, man, going out there for the Chefs and killing it with 22 points as well. That was a great pickup. Would not have expected that in the first round, but dude's doing well this year.
Yeah, no, again, that's a really dangerous combo that Dave has, and it's going to be really hard to beat this year in general because the CEH, I guess you would say, is going to He's
I'm
a
not
rookie,
saying
right?
Clyde Edwards Hilaire.
I know that's too much.
Yeah,
That's
he's
too
a
much.
rookie.
He's
But I
gonna
just want.
keep going up. He's gonna keep
Oh,
trending
yeah.
upwards throughout the year. So it's
So he
gonna.
blows out a knee. So I'm gonna
It's
say
understandable.
this: of all the stars, I mean, he's got JTT, Jonathan, CEH, Julian Edelman, Kenny Galladay, I guess Jasecki, Fournette. The Colts defense was his number 2 point scorer this week at 26.
That is insane.
They only
Actually,
gave up 2 points to the Jets. They had 3 interceptions and 2 touchdowns and a safety. What the absolute shit is going on
the
with
Jets are so
Dave and
bad.
his defenses, man? Every goddamn year, man. He's always got these killer stud defenses, and you stole them from me, Dave. You stole them from me, you dick. I don't mean that, Dave. I absolutely love you. But, getting off my soapbox here, I'll go ahead and step down. And, yeah, Laura didn't really help her cause, though. I mean, I guess her team didn't help her cause with Mitch Trubisky this week, I guess, who's no longer the starter for the Burrs.
Yeah, that's kind of a crazy situation. Can't believe the Bears actually won because they pulled Trubisky and he wasn't doing horrible from what I heard. Like he was doing mediocre, but then as soon as they put
128 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and 45 rush yards is what he tallied on the day.
45 rush yards, that's impressive. And then Nick Foles comes in and brings them back and beats the Falcons again, with the Falcons giving up another big lead.
Oh man, it's just their MO this year, the Falcons, man.
But no, I really truly thought Laura was going to win, and then but Mahomes and CEH were still going to play. And I told Laura, like, I think you're going to beat Dave this week, and she's like, I'm not too confident. I don't think I'm gonna going against
he needed
Mahomes.
50 points going into Monday, just having Patrick Mahomes and CEH.
Yep.
And he got 65 points between the two of them. Beat her by 15 points, 143 to 158.
Dave always pulls it out in the end, except for the championship.
Blood magic. Blood magic. I swear to God, that's what he's doing over there. Blood magic. Excuse me.
Yep.
That's what I attribute it all to. That's the only reasonable explanation. Explanation.
Yep. Agreed.
So at the end of the day, Dave's in first place. Laura's in 11th place.
Laura, again, though, Laura has a good team. 143 points is not a.
She would have kicked my ass this week.
Would have beat a lot of people. So keep sticking to it. Dave is a bad matchup.
Yep.
It's a bad matchup.
Yep. She would have beaten most of the league this week, including you.
It's true.
In our fourth game that we're going to talk about, we got Doug and Leroy Jenkins. Yeah, let's go see how long I can do that. Who put a hurting on whoever he played last week, going up against all downhill from here, and Daniel, who is looking on the upswing because Daniel kicked his ass this week. 176 to 115. Yeah, Dave or Doug, man, that show last week did not really transition over.
It was a one week wonder.
Oh man, everybody blew their whole load 1 week. But I mean, man, Matt Ryan only had 11 points for you. Elliott had 20 and Miles Sanders had 18, but then, Evans and Diggs, his 2 wide receivers, only had 14 points, each. Jonnu Smith had 11. Terry McLaurin only had 12. So he put up a okay fight, I guess, but not enough to go up against Daniel this week. Daniel would have kicked everybody's ass.
Yeah. I mean, he had 30 points, 36 points, 30 points, 33 points, 25 points.
16, 14, all the way down. And the only thing that I really could have done was maybe throw Hunter Renfrow in there instead of Calvin Ridley to get him another 4 points.
But who would ever do that?
Yeah, substitute out your kicker because, you have 2 kickers for some inexplicable reason and 3 tight ends. So, hey,
Whatever
teach
works.
their own. Yeah. But yeah, Daniel definitely put a hurting on him. It was pretty decisively won by, God, the end of the 4 o'clock or 2 o'clock games.
He was the number 1 point scorer this week,
Uh-huh.
by a
Absolutely.
good bit, actually, by about 16 points.
Yep.
About 16 points. So,
Yep, just about.
He's ranked number 2 right now.
Yep, still number 2 because he did have that one loss that first week against me.
Where are you now, though?
Shut up. We'll get to that. So yes, end of the day, Daniel is now in second place, rocking a strong lead over a lot of people, simply because of points and whatnot. Until I win next week and he loses next week, and then we're tied, and then I hold the tiebreaker over him. Because confidence. Doug, suffering his second defeat of the year, is now in 8th place, looking just outside the playoffs. Still very much achievable, though, because we're only 3 games in. We still have 10 games left.
Yep. It's good stuff right now. All right.
In our 5th game of the week, we have Mr. The Champ is here, and Tony Burgess, against Dayman and Aaron. And it was a good
game.
close game. Ultimately decided by 4 points. Uso got the victory.
Sunday Night Football was the deciding factor. It was a lot of fun. It's one thing to watch your favorite team on Sunday Night Football. It's another thing to watch your favorite team and also have fantasy implications on the line. Like the game was, it was all dependent on Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Jones.
Yeah,
and Mason Crosby and the Packers defense.
Yep, and the Packers defense did you no favors, but Crosby getting you 15 points, man. A good thing you got that 50-point field goal there.
Yeah.
No, it was, man, just a couple points, a couple of those bonus points or something, one way or the other. Yeah, you could have absolutely lost this week.
It literally came down to the final touchdown of the game, and it was I already told you, but it was the Packers on the goal line, and they ran it with our backup running back Jamal Williams, and I was kind of sad about that. Like, don't run with them, don't run it with him. He didn't get the touchdown, and it's kind of like it's like I want the Packers to score, but I also don't want him to score.
Yeah.
And then the next play was a play action from Rodgers to one of our tight ends for a touchdown, and then that touchdown from Rodgers was what gave me enough points, and then that was it. That was the last possession of the game for the Packers, and that was it for fantasy. So literally came down to the last possession.
Yep, 4.02 points. Literally, if you did not get that touchdown, which was 4 points, and then the 1 or 2 yards, you probably would not have won. It would have been so damn close.
Yep. So no, it was a good week. It was definitely a fun matchup.
Yeah. Definitely seems like it. Love those nail biters. End of the week, though, sir. You're in 3rd place. Well done.
I am in 3rd.
This loss dropped Aaron back to 5th. So we'll see what he does from here on out, because you got lucky, man. You didn't have to deal with either Adams or Jones this week. So you definitely got a little lucky there.
That is true. That is a good point.
However, his replacements, Tyler Boyd still put up 22 points, but N'Keal Harry. Oh man, 5 points. Yeah, the Patriots just got spanked. Even though they beat Las Vegas, they still just, on fantasy terms, man, they got spanked this week. Except for Rex Burkhead. Fuck Rex Burkhead. And in our final game of the week, we'll talk about the person who was your number one fantasy football competitor, but still number one in your heart. The Twisted Vikings went up against Jen and up to Noah Good. I lost this week, as I predicted last week, too. Just want to point that out. So, taking a little bit of your thunder there, Jen. I told you were going to win. I made 4 rash decisions, and absolutely none of them played out for me.
Oh.
Josh Kelly, man, he should have gotten 10 more points than he did. But no. Austin Eckler gets like 33 goddamn points, whereas my guy gets 6. Logan Thomas, screw you, sir. You get me 7 points, whereas, Ertz on my bench gets me 14. Seriously, if I would have played Ertz and Breeze this week instead of Newton and Logan Thomas, I would have won. I would have won. The points were there. And it literally would have been a battle of the kickers. Come down to Monday night and a battle of the kickers, and I would have won that.
That would have been so fun to watch.
It really would have been. It would have been kickers. Yeah, it would have been absolutely great. And I cracked my ass up when when her kicker missed that first extra point or that field goal or whatever. He missed both. So I absolutely lost my shit. I was loving it. Oh man, but yeah, no, I made some bad calls, man. The Chargers defense was not a good call. Malcolm Brown was not a good call. Logan Thomas was not a good call, and Josh Kelly were not good calls this week. Obviously, I'm going to stick with, saying that Cam Newton was a good call for all intents and purposes, but he just did not play well against that Las Vegas defense. Speaking of which, how good is the Las Vegas defense? Seriously, because I need to look up where they're at stats wise and everything, because how is it every week they're getting their ass kicked, but they're still able to keep everybody from having good numbers in fantasy football?
Right.
They've been doing nothing. 0 points against Carolina, 2 points against New Orleans, 3 points against New England. They've been doing nothing, but still nobody can get goddamn points against them. What the hell? Fucking defense.
A little saltiness.
Oh man, there is a lot of saltiness. I'm coughing salt over here. Oh man, it's absolutely ridiculous. But no, man, end of the day, she beat me fair and square. It was a good game. Ultimately, it came down to I needed Kamara to not get 30 points, and that goddamn chipmunk got 50 points. He had the game of a lifetime, so yeah, can't really go against that. I will point out right now, though, I do have the number 2 and the number 3 wide receivers in Hopkins and Lockett.
And what are you ranked overall?
I'm number 4.
Okay. That's all.
So I'm still up there.
Drops 3 spots, man.
Yeah, I'll be back at number 1 next week.
You're not coming back from that?
I'll be back at number 1 next week. Trust me, once Dave loses and I win.
That's saying a lot right there. Once Dave loses.
I mean, this is getting into maybe our preview stuff a little bit, but let's see. I'm going up against Jamie next week, and Dave's going up against Daniel. Ooh, do we have a battle of number 1 and number 2 already this year? We do. Oh,
that would be a good matchup. That'd be fun. I think Daniel has a good team. 170 whatever points this week. I mean,
preliminary projections has Daniel at 123 to Dave's 119. So these are just preliminary, though. We'll see what happens. And we'll get to that on Thursday when we do our preview show. So definitely that's going to be a good one, because if Daniel wins and I win next week, I should be back in first place.
I got dogs barking.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And just for the record, I'm currently projected to beat Jamie 115 to 89.
I'm sure that'll change once he sets his lineup. I'm sure his lineup's not set.
Only one
89
person
points.
has no points projected for them. So, we'll get into that next week. But that was your week 3 fantasy roundup. So to give everybody a quick another just recap of what happened and rankings at the end of the day. We got Kittles and Bits in 12th place. We got the Mad Morkies in 11th place. We got AVI Fantasy in 10th place. Osnippa Creek in 9th place. Leroy Jenkins in 8th place.
Impressive.
Thank you. CDs TDs in 7th place. Up to Noah Good in 6th place. Dayman in 5th place. The love of everyone's heart. Twisted Vikings in 4th place. The Champ is here in 3rd place. All downhill from here in 2nd place. And Colorado Beer Fan in 1st place for now.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yep. So,
all right.
That being said, everything else being out of the way, we are ready for week 4 and our preview show coming at you guys either tomorrow night or Thursday night. I don't know. We'll talk about it. We'll figure it out.
We'll talk
See when
about
it works
it.
best for everybody. Because, I mean, when we get into Thursday and if we're doing it later in the afternoon, though, you know, we got some, you know, football that we really got to start paying attention to. And, you know, you got to do things. We'll see what happens here in the future. We'll keep you guys appraised. Do the thing.
Like, share, subscribe.
Yeah, that. Do the thing. So, for my hostess, co-hostess with the mostest, Mr. Tony S. Burgess. Oh, God. You stop it. Mr. Tony S. Burgess. The S stands for Scotty.
Superman.
Oh, Superman. That's right. And I am your hostess with the mostest, Mr. Garrett M. La Laguna. The M stands for Mancy, and I have not left work yet either. Yeah, with that, I'm going to leave work and I'm going to leave all of you. Bye.
Bye.